So now let's do it again and just, you two met yet?
No, Hector.
Yes, I'm excited about your collaboration. So yeah, let's do the song again, and we're gonna focus on teaching it to Otavi.
Suggestion, to someone. It's real simple. What we're doing is pretty. I mean, I'm not speaking for him because he's got probably the toughest part. But you and I, as drummers, we just hold down the groove in the back and we're good. It's kind of like the heartbeat, So, yeah. So that would be my 2 cents or 3 cents on that. Bring your guitar to that.
Yeah, let's try the guitar.
Cool. Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks for
come on,
teaching me.
It's mutual.
Right, okay, so basic terms. I choose to alternate between an E minor and a B7, which I do this way. It's pretty close together if you're playing in standard tuning. So you can add that whenever you feel like there's a place that you should be going, but the chord stays the same. Right? It's like, you could really even just change the bass note and just keep the chord. The A string, the E string, A string, E, like that. Then the first change is your A minor, do, back to E minor, and then sharp chord into a B, which again it could be a B7 depending on how familiar you are with the chord. 2, 3, so let me tell you something. There's something I got to say. Da, 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 da. F sharp, B, and again. A little walk up there might be nice. So that's the verse structure. There's a double verse the first time that you play it, and then it's pretty much verse chorus, verse chorus, verse chorus, chorus. Chorus. I don't speak very well, especially when I'm trying to teach. So the chorus part starts in the A minor. You gotta laugh, and you gotta sing into an E minor. Yep, you gotta dance to grow your wings. One more time, you got to know that you're gonna win this show. Yeah, that's it. me feels sometimes if you don't do the full chord, you can like cheat a little bit. You still got that percussive thing going, so even if it's not really in the same spot, in between, I'm not even doing a full bar. That kind of helps it be like a little looser, freer kind of vibe, because you definitely want that. Like, it looks really complicated, but it's not too complicated. Got a lot, and you got to sing, you gotta dance. You got to go and win the show. Ideally, of course, you would have a bass player that would sort of help you with the root so that you don't have to always add that. But I got used to like not playing with the bass player, so I add a couple runs every once in a while.
What's cool is, along with what you guys are doing, what I'm doing is, I call them bookends. So it's like, play the root.
Yeah.
So you can really hear it. You see where it falls on it, because you're right there. You're just like a little bit fine tuning.
Yeah, I'm not even plugged in.
For whatever it's worth, there's this cat that I hang out with in Harlem, and he's been playing jazz drums since he was like, he tells me stories of being so little he could stand underneath his brother, who was a jazz drummer, underneath his hi-hat cymbals, which are these, and he would just stand there while his brother would play. So he's been at this for a long time. He's like going on 80 years old. And so he shows me the correlation between like uh, uh, numbers and rhythms that are very square. and then he shows me that same rhythm that is square, but he swings it. So it's just got like a feel to it. And if you look at it numerically, it's the same number for the most part, but then it's just got this, it changes a little bit because it goes to a triplet or whatever it is, but it kind of swings. So that progression, whatever the roots are, that would be like what the bass player would be doing, for lack of a better term. I'm a drummer, I'm not a musical theory person, I'm just kind of speculating, but it's just getting that like. So then once you get that, then you can kind of swing with your strum or whatever you just decide to put in between each bookend. So the bookend is, see how he just went boo, 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 boo. So that was in between the bookends. So that's because he's comfortable with it right now.
Because I'm not thinking about it.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. But anyways, for whatever that's worth, that information, because you get the bookends, and once you solidify that foundation, then you can just you could swing it, you can go anywhere where you want with it, but you still have a foundation. I love the classical guitar in contrast to your guitar. It's high.
Well, why don't we switch over to Tumbleweed? That's an A minor. It's very similar beat, similar vibe. So 1, 2, 3. We'll go rolling like magical tumble, right? We go rolling like magical. That's the chorus part. Magical tumbleweed. We go rolling so it's that same kind of and like so the verse goes to a D minor, back to A minor, back to E, and finish on A minor. Back to D minor. So this ending, you go to an F, E, A minor. I find it helps, like, since it is a bar chord and kind of annoying, like if you focus on that change first, you can just like slide as if you have one more fret, but you won't lose this finger. D is going to be right. It's the same thing. It's like that whole flamenco, like, you often see them because they don't have enough time to like try to shift their fingers around or anything. You can even like land in the A minor too, if it's easier for you to just shift everything down. Since A minor is the root note, is the tonic thing, I'm very used to playing it a certain way, so even if it's fast, I'll switch over to the fingers that I use for that, because I know where everything else is kind of in comparison. So I probably wouldn't just switch it down there, but if timing is an issue, like having a hard time shifting to that chord with the other fingers, I'd recommend,
Right, just use the
shortcuts. Shortcuts are great in music. Not great in math generally, or like other things, but shortcuts in music I'm a firm believer of. Like, something that helps you play it smoother is going to make your soul feel better, and then the music will flow better. So you can also do the version that doesn't have the half F. long as you got that F, E, A. So, we'll go roll. Reverse, E minor.
Sometimes the word, she just keeps adding more words here. Just holding on that. I'm doing a modal D, so that I have that high note in the end if it's a hard stretch.
Oh, so it's like this?
Like, yeah. I find that can be, kind of makes it sound almost like a different instrument at the moment. They call them.
Enough. The simple terms is the one that's
The basic terms is not so basic.
basic terms. Is not so basic.
Yeah, well, we could just keep running through that. Like I said before on that one, if these switches between B7 and E minor throw you up, you don't really need to do that as long as you have your B note in the bass there. You keep that chord. Then you have to switch to A minor in that spot. But that can stay there. Switch to A minor. I did not like bar chords very much, and I tried everything I could to avoid them. So there's sometimes rather than trying to shift all my fingers up and change them into a position there, I sort of I fake it. I grab that note that I need, put this one up here, and deaden the string that I don't want. I can get away with doing an F sharp chord without doing a bar. To some people, this is way way more difficult to do. So it might be worth it just, like depending on the guitar that you're playing, to just throw a chord there, and then less is more. Like you could even stop, you gotta win this show. It's sort of it's a punctuation in the song. So in that situation, I'd say like, if you can do it quickly and it lands there, then you want to, do something cool with it, great. But if you hate that chord, you should be like, a few hits or something. So that's helpful sometimes. If it's really cutting into your finger, you can kind of just grip it when you need it, and then let go.
I think it's fine. With enough practice, I can get it to be like smooth. But the part that I'm having most difficulty on is this transition here. And if we can just loop that until I get the timing that you switch, and just do it very simple, just so I can understand.
Okay, yeah. So I have my E minor. I'm playing with these middle fingers.
Right.
Here, sorry. There we go. Here. So when I switch to that B7th, I'm keeping this as my anchor finger. Middle finger is staying put. This one drops down a string.
And then you put your indicator here, right?
Indicator.